Hello, in this video I will present the coursework developed for the BIM data-driven workflows assignment. The main objective of this work was to semantically enrich a Revit BIM model using external data and Dynamo automation. The assignment was divided into two parts. Part A was the common core task, where the goal was to classify rooms and import external parameter information into the Revit model. Part B was an open use case where we designed a data-dependent BIM application based on simulated air quality sensor data. I decided to record this video in English because it will be uploaded on YouTube. Also, since Revit and Dynamo have been recently updated and some Dynamo nodes has changed, there is not always much recent information available online. So this video may also be useful for other students or users working with similar workflows. The starting point was an existing Revit model containing indoor areas. The first step was to make sure that the indoor spaces were properly divided into rooms. In this case, we have our first floor divided by some rooms. Each room must be available as Revit element with room name, room number, and additional parameters that can later be populated using external data. The main problem addressed in this coursework was the connection between external database and the BIM model. Instead of manual inserting information room by room, the objective was to automate the data import process and use Dynamo to populate Revit parameters. In part A, the goal was to classify each room using external information, included Uniclass related data, and transfer that information automatically into Revit parameters. The external data was structured in an Excel file. The file contains the room identifiers and the parameters value that need to be imported into the Revit model. I will show you the example that I have here. This is just an example, but I have here the ID of the rooms, the name that can be changed, the number of the rooms, Uniclass code, and two just example parameters that have numbers and names, but this is just a mere example. The external data was the workflow was designed to be dynamic. So if I have in the Excel like 30 parameters or 40, if they exist on Revit, they will insert them automatically. Now I will show you the Dynamo part that I have here. This is the part A. In this first part, let me check on this. Yes, this first part we do the import of the data. We do the file path that will go directly. This is where is the file, the Excel file. First we need to do is to put the name of the sheet that we are work on, and in which line and column we will start to take the data from. I have put here a watch just to see the data that is come out of the import, and we start from here. The first part is this, the list first item. Basically, this will take the first item of the lists. These are the titles, because what I want to do is take the ID out, because I can change the ID. That is the only parameter that is not changeable. So I want to take the ID out with this list first item, and I use the list index off to see in which position the ID is. In this case, on my Excel, he was in the first position, But if he was in the third or fourth column, is not a problem because he will get him by name. After this, I do the list transpose, and I will take to list remove items at index, and basically he will took the index from the ID, and in the list I will take the ID out, because this is the items that I want to put on Revit, and ID can't be changed. Here I take another list, but this is different because this is the list where I have the ID numbers too, is the full list, and here I will take the index from the first, just to have the list of the IDs. To take another list of index off, and basically I will compare them with here the lists of the Revit IDs. I think this is now a little bit confused, but basically the first thing that we have done is to take the titles and see in which position the ID is. After that, we take the list of rest items without the titles, and basically we check where the index of the ID was and take only the numbers from the ID. Here we take the IDs from Revit and compare them with the normal node, but the IDs that is on Excel, and basically have the positions to which ID is. In this case, they are organized, but if they were not in their if he were not in the right position, they will organize by themselves. Here I do the transpose and we remove the item at index. Basically we take off the ID numbers from the information pool. This will take the titles, because I want to know which parameter I will put on Revit, and list of rest items. Basically he will list all the items per list, in this case for parameter. After this, we will take the amount of names that we have here, and I use a list count. Basically, he will do this. Will have a use is for the Dynamo knows how many parameters that I want to put on Revit. This is the part of the dynamic solution to this problem, because this permit me to insert input to Revit um, all the amount of parameters that I need to I want to put. And basically after that I will put the list of repeated items that I have here. And finally, I use the element set parameters, and on the elements, I will take the all elements of category that I have. No, sorry, I will use the list of repeated items. The parameters name will be from the list of first item without ID, and the value will come out of list of rest of items that I have here with all the items from the lists. And basically I have here on the room schedule the informations. I already run it, but I have this here. I can field, and I will put the new parameters, and basically they are already here again. I will just change this. I will run it again, and how you can see they are already all here. Now we will pass to the part B. For part B, the chosen BIM use was simplified digital twin simulation for indoor air quality monitoring. The idea was to simulate the existing of air quality sensor installed in a different rooms of the building. The sensors measure the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air, expressed in parts per million or ppm. The purpose of this workflow is to import the simulated sensor data into Revit and classify each room according to its air quality condition. This allows the BIM model to be used not only as a geometric model, but also as a data-based visualization and decision supported tool. High CO2 values may indicate poor ventilation or excessive occupancy. By connecting sensor data to a BIM model, it becomes easier to identify problematic rooms, visualize conditions spatially, and support facility management decisions. In a real project, this workflow could be connected to live sensors or time series databases. In this coursework, the sensor values were simulated, but the logic of the workflow remains the same. Here I have the Excel that I use for the next case. Basically, I have the IDs of rooms. I can use the names too, but the script will be a little bit different. Here I have per hour the concentration of CO2, and here I have the average just to check if it was correctly done. Now I need to come here and I will open the part B. No. Yes. Okay. Basically, the visual output is based on a color classification. Rooms with good air quality are represented with one color. Moderate air quality will represented with another, and the worst room air quality is a warning color. In this case, will be red. The moderate is yellow, and the green will be green. Here, what will happen is that first of all, these rooms are all blue. This is the first floor. This will be the import, a watch just to check the values that come out. This is again to take the title of the Excel. Basically, we'll take all the I'll put run all the numbers of IDs that I need to do. And I have the remove item at index because I have a blank space and I have here a null value, so I will take the first number and I will have only the IDs of the rooms. Here I have the rest of the items, basically will be the hours and the concentration of CO2. I will do a list transpose to have rearranged the hours in a list and the values in another's by ID, basically. After this, I will remove item at index and is the 02 because I want to take out the hours that I don't need anymore. I have the values for each ID. I'll pass the string to number because every value on Excel is in every value in Excel is in text, so I'll pass it to number, and I will do the mat average to have the average of the concentration in a day. After this, I will put everything in this dictionary by key values. Basically, I will aggregate to the number of the ID the information that I have in this mat average. Basically, the first ID is the 713 and I will put the information of 750 on that ID. After that, I need to take take the information of the IDs from Revit And again, is basically comparing the information that I have here with the information that I took from Revit, just to check if it is valid. And I do the set parameters by name, and will input to Revit the information of each this average concentration to ID. And I already have in Revit, I do the run, and I'll have on Revit the average concentration of CO2 in each room. The second part of this part B is I need to change the color. And basically what I have done is take the here the ID basically is the element of the category of rooms. I flattened the list, and basically I took the parameter value of qualidade do ar, that is the parameter that I have input before, sorry, have I input before. And after this, I just check if it's bigger or less than the number that I want to put. Basically, I have import the values again from Revit to Dynamo, and I say the number, all these number are less or equal to 800. If is yes, I do if is yes, he will put the color at green. If is false, we will pass to another if, and I will say again, it's like the number is less or equal to 2000. Sorry, it's 1,000. But how these two ifs is connected, he is asking basically like this is less and equal to 1,000, but is bigger than 800. If this is true, it will be yellow. If not, it will be red. And connected here to the result of the if, I will put the element override color in view. This serves basically to coloring the room. Yes, and now I will run it, and after this the rooms are already colored. And we can check here that, for example, the laboratory AE have a quality of 750, and this means that he is green. We have the Camera Escura that have a 986, and it's yellow because it's less than 1,000. And the laboratory of Olio, 1,674, and is red. And basically is this. Just to just to a note, I could input the values of parameters to Revit and create that parameter, but for this we will need the Archilab. But I have some problems, and the script was malfunctioning because I have Archilab installed, so I prefer to just input the information to Revit, and I create my own parameters on Revit to don't have that problems. To conclude, this coursework demonstrated how Dynamo can be used to connect external data sources with a Revit BIM model. In part A, the workflow imported external classification and parameter data into Revit rooms. In part B, a digital twin-inspired use was developed using simulated CO2 sensor data for indoor air quality assessment. The final BIM model is enriched with additional semantic information, which can be acquired, analyzed, and visualized. The main limitation was the automatic creation of parameters, how I said before, because the tested Archilab nodes produced compatibility errors. For this reason, the parameters were created manually in Revit while the data population processed was fully automated through Dynamo. Overall, the work shows the potential of BIM models as database platforms where external data sets can support classification, analysis, visualization, and decision making. Thank you for watching.